Chronicles, the prophet Macaiah, and King Ahab, and also King Jehoshaphat. So, God needed Ahab to be tempted to be enticed into battle so that he could meet his death. And so a spirit basically, said, Lord, I can do this. I can tempt all of those prophets of his to speak falsely, And so Macaiah, he's the one in 2 Chronicles that is willing to speak the truth. As surely as the Lord lives, I will say what my God says. No matter the persecution, and he was persecuted for it. 400 prophets. When Ahab and Jehoshaphat gathered for a banquet, and they were discussing, the possibility of going into battle, Ahab wanted to know what the Lord said. And Macaiah was the one that even when he passed the other prophets, they tempted him to tell him, what he wanted to hear. Surely as the Lord lives, he told the truth. And Ahab did not like it because Macaiah told him that he was going to meet his death on the battlefield, that he would not be returning from the battle. And so he jailed him, and he decided to go anyway. And Macaiah was willing to be persecuted to speak the truth as he knew it from the Lord. And I find that really inspiring because, we see this every day, everywhere. I mean, we live in a country here in the USA that has had 42 out of 45 presidents thus far that have completed, full terms that were Christian. And still, this country was founded on Christianity. It was on our money, it's in our pledge, in God we trust, and one nation under God. And the rulers of this country themselves, that many of them, minus 3, and even our current one, right now in 2026, identifies as a Christian. And still every day people of faith feel scared a lot of times to share their truth. And discernment is so important, and really knowing that it's what the Lord wants you to share and not the enemy, because he is so tricky. That is important, being able to discern that. So true prophets, they spend a lot of time praying for discernment and thinking about it a lot of times. And sometimes when there's something on the line, which there often is a risk of something persecution wise, it can be hard. But that's when we should look at what Macaiah did and value that integrity. And yeah, I think that about covers it. That was shorter than I thought it would be. Let's check the notes here on the scripture I wrote down. Again, this one was 2 Chronicles 18, 11, 13. This is where I started on my notes here. As surely as the Lord lives, I will say what my God says. So, anyway, Ahab gets killed on the battlefield, like Macaiah prophesied. He was right the whole time. So you see, it's not always the masses that tell the truth. Sometimes it's only like one person, out of a whole bunch of people claiming to be telling the truth. Like out of Ahab's 401. A true prophet is willing to face persecution to speak the truth. Now discerning, learning to discern, it's like a whole nother story. But I'm not sure if that's what the Lord wants me to talk about, because no idea how many times I've tried to make the video tonight. Anyway, I'm going to leave this one here. God bless you. I hope this helps someone. Hopefully that this is an affirmation for you from the Lord. God bless you.